Rejection. The one word that can break even the strongest man for a while. It's not just the pain of hearing no. It's the silence that follows, the loss of confidence, the endless questions looping in your head. What did I do wrong? Was I not enough? Should I have said something different? We've all been there. You gave your time, your energy, your heart, and still she walked away. Maybe she said, "You're a great guy, but I'm not ready." Maybe she ghosted you without explanation, or maybe she moved on so fast it made you question if you ever mattered at all. But here's the truth most men never hear. Rejection isn't the end of your value. It's the revelation of it. It's the moment life forces you to stop seeking validation and start reclaiming control. Because when a woman rejects you, she's not defining you. She's revealing your attachment. And how you respond next determines whether you rise or break. Let's start here. Rejection hurts because it triggers the part of, you that's addicted to approval. Since childhood, most men are taught that worth equals results, grades, goals, wins. So when someone rejects you, it feels like failure. But attraction isn't a performance. It's chemistry, timing, energy, things you can't control. And that's the paradox. The moment you stop trying to control how others see you, you regain control over yourself. Rejection isn't personal. It's a mirror. It reflects the parts of you that still seek permission to feel enough. You don't fear losing her. You fear losing the image of yourself when she desired you. That's why you replay conversations in your mind, hoping to find the line that ruined it. But it's not about the words. It's about the attachment. Here's the truth. When someone walks away, they give you a gift disguised as pain. Clarity. Clarity about what you tolerate, how you love, and how you handle loss. Rejection is like a spiritual detox. It removes who's not meant for your next chapter, even if your heart isn't ready to accept it. But most men waste that opportunity. Instead of turning inward, they chase outward, trying to prove they're still worthy. They start texting more people, posting more pictures, pretending they've moved on. But deep down, they're still reacting. And reaction is dependence. If you truly want to regain control after rejection, you must learn the difference between reaction and response. Reaction is emotional. It's impulsive. It's when you act from pain, trying to fix how you feel through someone else's attention. Response is powerful. It's calm, strategic, and rooted in awareness. Reaction seeks validation. Response seeks growth. So the first step isn't to get her back. It's to get yourself back. Because rejection doesn't break you. Chasing does. Every time you try to convince someone to see your worth, you abandon the part of you that already knew it. You want control? Stop begging for closure. The closure you want isn't in her text. It's in your acceptance. When you accept what happened without trying to rewrite it, your mind stops spinning. Because truth heals faster than fantasy. Maybe she said she wasn't ready. Maybe she wasn't feeling it. Fine. That's her story. Let her live it. Your story now begins where hers ended. You're not losing someone who didn't want you. You're losing the illusion that you needed her to be happy. And that's the real freedom. You know what's more attractive than revenge? Indifference. Not coldness. Not bitterness. Just peace. The kind of peace that comes from knowing you don't need to prove anything to anyone. Because when you stop fighting rejection, you start transforming it. The energy you once used to chase becomes energy to build. You start going to the gym not to show her, but to show yourself discipline. You start working harder, not from pain, but from purpose. You start living again, not to make her regret it, but because you finally understand that her absence doesn't define your presence. Let's be real. She might check your profile again one day, maybe weeks, maybe months later. She'll see your silence, your glow, your calm, and she'll remember how peaceful it felt to be around you before she left. But by then, you'll be different. Not pretending to be over her, actually over her. Because here's the paradox of control. The less you need to prove your worth, the more valuable you become. When she left, she probably expected you to chase, to beg, to show weakness. But you didn't. You disappeared into your growth. And that silence speaks louder than any comeback text. See, the moment you stop trying to win the rejection, you've already won. Because what you lost in her, you gained in self-respect. And self-respect is the foundation of every future victory, in love, in purpose, in peace. Let me tell you something most men never realize. Women are not attracted to perfection. They're drawn to presence, to men who can handle pain without collapsing, to men who can walk away when something isn't reciprocated. That's emotional gravity. It's not something you act. It's something you become through loss. Every man who ever transformed did so after rejection. Because rejection strips away illusions. It humbles your ego and rebuilds your strength. It teaches you to detach from outcomes and focus on becoming. Think about it. The most powerful men are not the ones who never get rejected. They're the ones who know how to rise afterward. They don't seek pity. They don't chase explanations. They channel pain into purpose. They let the silence refine them. So how do you regain control? Step by step. First, disconnect emotionally. Stop stalking her social media. Stop replaying her words. Every time you revisit the story, you reopen the wound. Let it close. Let it scar. Because scars are proof of healing, not weakness. Second, reinvest in your direction. The void she left isn't meant to be filled with distractions. It's meant to be filled with mission. Every minute you spend thinking of her is energy you steal from your own evolution. Channel that energy back into your life, your health, your craft, your growth. Third, forgive, but not to reconcile. Forgiveness isn't saying, it's okay. It's saying, it's over. You forgive to free yourself from carrying emotional debt, because the longer you hold anger, the longer she lives rent-free in your mind. Fourth, accept the lesson. Rejection reveals your blind spots, where you gave too much, where you ignored red flags, where you lost balance. If you learn from it, it was never failure. It was training. And finally, detach from the outcome. Control doesn't mean forcing results. It means trusting that whatever left wasn't meant to stay. When you release the need to get her back, you get you back. Now, some people say, but what if she comes back? And the answer is simple. By then, you'll decide if you even want her anymore. Because growth changes your taste. What you used to chase, you now outgrow. What once felt like loss now feels like liberation. And that's the quiet power of rejection. It turns the boy who needed approval into the man who leads his own story. Here's something to remember. Love that's real doesn't require control. If someone's meant for you, you won't have to beg them to stay. And if they leave, let them. Because what's meant for your peace will never require you to chase it. The universe doesn't take away what's right for you. It removes what distracts you from becoming who you're meant to be. So when rejection happens, don't collapse. Expand. Don't close your heart. Redirect it. Because every heartbreak is a form of redirection toward a higher version of you. You'll wake up one morning and realize you don't care anymore. Not because you forgot her, but because you remembered yourself. You'll look in the mirror and see the strength she couldn't appreciate. You'll stop wondering if she misses you, because you won't need her to. And one day, someone will look at you and feel that calm energy, that grounded confidence, and they'll sense that you've been through pain, but never stayed in it. That's real attraction. That's real control. So the next time rejection hits, remember this. You didn't fail. You were redirected. You didn't lose her. You lost your dependence on being chosen. You didn't get abandoned. You got awakened. Control isn't about holding on tighter. It's about letting go peacefully. Because peace is power. And the man who can walk away with peace never truly loses anything. Tap like now. Because rejection didn't break you. It built you. If you're ready to grow stronger from every rejection, subscribe now. This is your space for growth, clarity, and purpose.